Here I am, parked on my couch, and I was supposed to be adulting today. But then I thought, why not spill some fashion tea instead? Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Devika, and welcome to Hot Takes and Fashion Rants from my couch, where I roast trends, call out brands, and ask why fashion sometimes feels like a reality show gone wrong. Let's go. First up, quiet luxury. If I see one more brand calling a beige trench coat timeless or a camel sweater elevated, I'm gonna lose it. Brands like the Row and Loro Piana, fine, they've got the money and the legacy. But when Zara, H&M and every influencer from Delhi's Hoskas village looks like a beige themed yoga studio, it's just bland. And Indian brands, guys like Nicobar and the Summer House are doing better by mixing colors and prints, but this neutral and nothing trend is choking our wardrobes. Life is too short for a taupe monotone death spiral. You ever noticed how brands tease limited edition drops like their dating apps? They make you wait, hype you up, and then ghost you with sorry sold out. Take Bewakoof's collabs or Fab India's seasonal collections. Some of these sell out instantly, but you never really know whether it's actually limited or just a sneaky marketing move to create FOMO. Girl, if I wanted stress, I'd watch reality TV. Oh, it's June, time for every brand from H&M to Myntra to slap on a rainbow filter and call it a day. But where's the action the other 11 months? I mean, the occasional campaigns do celebrate diversity really well, but let's be real, genuine inclusion doesn't include seasonal sale tactic. Remember when Lakme did that Pride campaign and it actually felt real? Now that's what I'm talking about, not just slapping rainbows on a sale banner. Why does every influencer suddenly have a skincare line? I get it, cash money. But when your favorite lifestyle blogger suddenly sells glow drops that look like expired juice, I am side-eyeing hard. Even big players do it. They come up with their own makeup lines, which is fine. But a skincare line with no dermatologist creds, that's sketchy. However, sometimes it's smart. Like Kusha Kapila's collab with Mamaearth, that was authentic, relatable, and I've heard that the product is actually nice. So that's how you do it. Why are so many brands still busy making Delhi streetwear that's basically a knockoff of Off-White? Meanwhile, we have Banarsi silks, Fulkari embroidery, Kalamkari prints that could slay globally if done with soul. Brands like Fab India and Bunai are slowly changing the game. But the mainstream still thinks that the way to do it is by rehashing Western trends with Bollywood filter. 8,000 rupees for a basic white tank top. Sorry, but my credit card just fainted. I mean, Sabyasachi's Preth line or Manish Malhotra's couture stuff. Sure, I get that craftsmanship, but if I'm paying that much for a basic white t-shirt that looks like it came from my ex's drawer, sorry, that's a hard no. Okay, not everything is trash. Shout out to Good Earth and Nicobar for mixing tradition with modern vibes so effortlessly. And I love how Forest Essentials is elevating Ayurvedic beauty on a global level. We are slowly owning our narrative, and that's the future. Alright, rant over. For now, if I offended your favorite brand, well, maybe they needed a reality check. Drop your own hot take in the comments. What trend or brand are you so over in 2025? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button because trust me, the tea is just getting brewed. Until next time, stay sassy and savvy.